Hi, I'm Gene McLaughlin. I'd like to welcome you to Old Bridge Outlook with Mayor Owen Henry. On this program, the mayor has an opportunity to chat with you about key things taking place in the township and to introduce you to some folks making things happen in the township. Mayor, how are you today?
Hey, Gene. Great to be back. Thanks for having me again. I really appreciate coming here, talking to you.
Good to have you. It's always a pleasure, Mayor. Since last we met, the weather's at least improved. It's gotten a little warm. Summer's here.
Summer is here. The days we're in the longest days of the year now.
Right.
Weather is. We dodged a bullet the other night with those that severe storm that went through South Jersey.
Yeah.
And they were, I was getting all the warnings and alerts, and I was kept my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And we had a severe storm going to the north. The severe storm go to our south, and Old Bridge and Middlesex County got out with just a couple of little raindrops. So
I know, I saw that.
Every once in a while we get lucky.
We got lucky, unlike the winter.
There's still hundreds of thousands of people without electricity.
Oh, they really?
From
that
one
I didn't know.
Storm that went through, yeah.
Yeah, you can't win. During the winter we have the snow, during the summer we have the storms. Yeah, so
but it is nice. The weather is nice. The last couple of days have been beautiful.
Good, good. Well, Mayor, I tell you, since we did meet last, there's been a couple of things taking place in the township. Maybe you want to touch on them. One, I know capital budget had paving and curbing.
The one thing, Gene, this year here for the first time, we got our budget squared away earlier, which allowed us to get our capital budget done even sooner. So now this year we have the opportunity to actually get a lot of the 15 work started and completed here in 15. The work that everybody sees going on right now is the continuation of the 14 capital budget. So that's the work was started late in the year, and then because of the weather they had to stop. But now you see the completion of the 14 capital budget work in the project. So now we're going to go right into the 15 capital projects.
Okay.
I'm signing contracts almost every day with the paving contractors, curbing project, and so people are, and you see it all over town. You see the roads being paved.
Right.
You see the curbs going in. And this is the second year in a row that we've been fortunate enough to spend $4 million for the last 2 years. This township has never spent that much money. I keep saying it, but the year before I became mayor, zero money was spent in capital projects. So we're trying to make up for that year. The first year we were able to do $3 million, second year $3 million, and the third and fourth years we were able to do $4 million each year on that. So that's a major investment. And then when you put that into the other capital projects, so we have the new radio system going in. We have our energy savings improvement plan being started. It adds up to about $25 million over 4 years being invested back into the community. And that's right in the in the pockets of the residents. I was just looking at the statistics from last year between 14 and 15. The average home here in Old Bridge, average value has gone up about $20,000. So
doesn't matter with that, Mayor. I think everybody will take that.
That's good business. That's equity in people's homes. If people are selling, they can get an additional funds for selling, and if they're here, that gives them equity in their homes. If they want to do their bathroom, they want to do their kitchen, they want to put an addition on. It's working. The economic stimulus that we have put in place here, I think, is working well. And it's the projects, but the new equipment the township has purchased.
Right. I was going to ask you about that too. You had mentioned off camera about new police equipment.
We just got a new shipment of police vehicles. I know it's warm and it's sunny, but all the new police vehicles are now 4-wheel drive for when it does get cold in the snow, so we don't have to scramble the day before the snowstorm, moving vehicles from one department to the next.
Right.
We have a large number of 4-wheel drive vehicles on hand now, brand new. So that's going to affect the police response during these emergencies.
Yes.
And the 4-wheel drive is also, all year round when it's raining, or if they have to go off road to get to someone. So.
All right, Mayor, you mentioned off camera that there's a certain economy in these 4-wheel drive vehicles that surprised me that they're actually cheaper than the hallowed Crown Victoria.
Which they don't make any longer. But at that time, we had looking at the Crown Victoria was somewhere like 30 to 35 cents a mile to maintain and keep that vehicle. Now these new Tahoes with the efficient engines and just their new technology, they're almost half the price. Even the purchase price is less, and they come with 100,000-mile warranties on them now. So
they look great.
And they do look nice. Nice looking vehicles.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Mayor, one thing I was reading a little bit was that FEMA is finally starting to do something over in Lawrence Harbor for those poor folks that were battered by Hurricane Sandy.
Gene, there's been some good news, as we know, with the buyout. The Blue Acres program was started here in Old Bridge. Seems like forever, but it's finally there's been offers made. As of now, I think there's about 7 people have accepted the buyout. So now their lives, they're finally finished with this storm. Those homes will be demolished, and the property that they are on will never be built on. It'll become part of the, that low-lying area, a floodplain.
Yeah. Well, that's got to be it's a huge blessing to these people over there.
Yeah, they've been through hell and back.
Okay. Mayor, you touched on capital projects, and I know there's one very important building in the township that's going to get a new roof.
Yes.
You may want to touch on that, and that'll lead us up to our guest today.
Yeah, part of this energy savings improvement program is an investment of about $4 million into the facilities right here in the municipal complex. One of the big, the building that's going to benefit, I think, the most is going to be the library building. It's getting a new roof, all new rooftop equipment for air conditioning and heating will be part of this project, and also interior lighting. So we're investing a lot of money into the library. The township owns the building.
Right.
It's our responsibility. I know it's difficult, but we found a way to get it done. It probably should have had a new roof on it last year. I can't wait to see that project completed. We're holding it together to the best of our ability. We had to get it through another winter. We did.
Right.
We had some leaks, and people who visit the library sort of tarps in the buckets. It wasn't something we're proud of, but we had to do what we had to do. And now the process is moving forward, and anyone visiting the municipal complex over the next few months is going to see a big project, because basically all the buildings are going to be getting worked on. The library has the biggest bang for that one.
Well, Mayor, I think your comment about getting a new roof on the library is music to our guest's ears today.
Yes.
And folks, we're delighted to welcome in our guest for today, Nancy Cohen, who is the director of the Old Bridge Library and a very valuable member of the Old Bridge community here. Nancy, thanks for coming out, and welcome.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's wonderful to be here, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, Nancy. You like a new roof?
I would love a new roof. I would like to volunteer, actually, to work on the roof. I'm so enthusiastic about having it done.
I bet you are.
Yeah. But no, the mayor is correct. We did have our issues this past winter. The staff was basically the bucket brigade in many cases, but we managed to get through, and we are really hoping that the roof is completed, started and completed in the fall. So it'll be a benefit.
Get ready for the winter, huh?
Yes, yeah, you said it.
Mayor, Nancy, you're the newly appointed director over the last couple of months. What's been your initial impressions of the job as you take over? You've been there for a while, but
I've
now
been here
you're the
for about
director.
8 years or so.
Right.
I knew stepping into it, this wasn't a 9-to-5 job.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't really have a 9-to-5 mentality anyway, but it is definitely not a 9-to-5 job. It's extremely challenging. I absolutely love what I do. I love working for the Old Bridge community, and I think we've been doing some very good things, but it's hard work. The board is very supportive of me, and also the staff and the services and programs that we provide, and I think between all of us, we're doing our very best to make the library one of the best in the county, if not the state.
Yeah, well, Nancy, it struck me, being more associated with you now, that you have put into place a lot of new initiatives. And Mayor, I know you've seen some of the things, and the thing I would open up would be these new concert series that you've been running the last year or so. How'd they come about, the Saturday concert series?
Well, actually, in fact, they're the successor to our first Friday concerts, but they're kind of bigger and better from that perspective. We used to have live entertainment on the first Friday of every month. We initially had cut Friday hours, so we had to figure out a couple of years ago where to put the first Friday concert. So we kind of like alliteration, so second Saturdays worked pretty well. And when I took over the second Saturdays about 2 years ago, we decided that we would like to make them as big and, how should I say, better as possible. We brought in a lot of good acts, bigger acts, more sophisticated, entertainers for, the folks to enjoy.
How do you recruit these people? This is what I often wonder, Mayor. We've taped a lot of these programs for you. How do you recruit these people, these acts?
Well, I'll tell you, I kind of feel like Ed Sullivan in a way of my generation, because you know, if I wasn't a librarian, I'd probably go into promotion.
Okay.
We get people hounding us every day to perform at the Old Bridge Library.
That's quite revealing.
If we had the funds, I could probably book an act every day over there. There's so many folks, and since we've gotten the reputation of doing good shows, we have even more entertainers, you know, pitching to us. So I get online pitches, I get things through the mail. I also have to say that I look at other libraries' websites and see what they're doing, and you know, between all of those things, we've been booking some pretty good people.
Fantastic. And the other thing I think, Nancy, and I know, Mayor, you've been there for some of these performances, is just the sheer number of people that turn out. I've been very surprised. I mean, the Roy Orbison thing several weeks ago, you had people standing practically out in the hallway.
Yeah, we could use a bigger meeting room, but I won't ask for an addition to the building.
Not
the
yet.
Roof
That's
is
next
fine.
year's budget.
Start off with the roof.
Right, exactly.
How do you account for this turnout? I mean,
Well, you know what? Some
some
of it is just knowing what the audience will like. You know, I mean, we do have a large segment of the attendees that are interested in music from the big band era or the 50s and the 60s. We do have folks that are interested in things that are a little bit different than that as well. So it's basically a balance. I don't do the same thing every month, you know. So we try to, you know, I try to appeal to the folks who I know are our regulars, plus you know, get different people in too.
That's a great job.
Thank you.
And I'd like to move on, if I may, to one thing, and I know, May, you're involved too in a degree with this, and that's the reading programs. We talked a little bit about this off camera. What kind of reading programs, what do you do, and who do you do it for?
Well, the summer reading program, to start with that one, we're actually starting that very soon, but we have programs for all age groups, kids, teens, and adults, and basically our purpose with the summer reading, because it is so very important to keep kids in particular reading when they're not in school, because otherwise they start losing, you know, critical thinking skills, is to basically have programs where they read books, they fill out reviews, they do reading logs. Teens and adults can do other things like, you know, attend programs, watch a film, take one of our classes, and then everybody basically, all age groups have their own pools that they enter that they can win prizes, which are basically an incentive, you know, to read and basically keep those critical reading and thinking skills active when they're not in school. So we think summer reading is really important, and we put a tremendous effort, you know, into the programming we do over the summer for that.
Okay, and Mayor, I know you have been involved reading to the youngsters over at the McDivitt School.
McDivitt, and this year I picked up a memorial school to go read to the first graders.
Kids like it? The kids enjoy it?
The kids love it. They enjoy it. When I see them months after, they'll say, "You came and read to me," and I'll tell them the book I read, and they know they still remembered, you know, the story and the moral behind the story, as I like to say. And it's just so important.
It's so important.
So important to read, especially now with all the information that's available out there, that you have to be able to read.
I mean, you got to be armed with reading skills.
Reading skills, and we've seen, you know, I guess I'm on my 4th generation of first graders, and I go and I follow them up the chain. I put my head in, and you know.
That's nice. That's a nice program. Well, I'm going to ask you, if you would, Nancy, Mayor, if you just hold where we are for a moment. Folks, we're talking with Nancy Cohen, who is the director of the Old Bridge Public Library, about a number of the services the library offers, and we'll be back in just a moment. Please stay with us.
Your seat cushion can be used to grant wishes.
Who said that? Hello?
Really can, you know.
You talking to me?
Sure am. Because the airline miles you earn and donate to Make-A-Wish can help send thousands of kids on their wish trips. So donate to Make-A-Wish today.
You really should, you know. You really should.
And give wishes wings. Because wishes work wonders.
Folks, welcome back to Old Bridge Outlook with Mayor Owen Henry. Today we're pleased to welcome in the director of the Old Bridge Library, Nancy Cohen. Nancy, if we can pick up where we left off, we have talked several times about what a great resource the library is. Could you speak a little bit about exactly what resources you offer? And I'm just going to lob out a few to you, if I may. Some of the books and publications, resumes you prepare. Help us out, will you?
Yeah, no worries. First of all, I just want to say that the library is doing things that are not perhaps within the realm of some people's perceptions of what a library, is supposed to do. So we offer a lot of unique services and resources to people. We have a lot of digital resources, for instance, that people all over the township can use. You don't have to walk into the library to use a resource called Zinio, where you can download and own digital magazines. We just added another resource called Indie Flix, which has over 8,000 streaming, award-winning feature films, shorts, and documentaries on it. All of these things you can use through your Old Bridge Library card. So that's another reason to come in for a card. You don't have to come into the library to actually borrow a book. We would love you to borrow a book too. We still have a lot of books, but the digital resources are pretty key. You can download books through your library card. You can download audio books as well. We have a passport service too that's very robust for folks to use. We offer resources for resume review and job searching skills and interview skills. That is through a service called tutor.com.
TUTOR.com. We'll put that on the board.
Correct. That also has live tutoring for adults and college students and children down to kindergarten from 4 p.m. in the evening until 11 p.m. in the evening, and that's available every day, 7 days a week. So I would definitely encourage people to use that because it's really been key for a lot of people, for their children.
Right. The resume preparation, particularly important now in these tough times.
Yes.
When people are looking for jobs. Is it one-on-one? Would you just give them general guidance and let them follow along?
We used to have a one-on-one resume writing and review with a human resources professional, but she is basically on hiatus right now. We're hoping to start her up again in September, where we had a couple of appointments every week for people to sign up for, to get a personal appointment so that she could basically review their credentials and help them redo and help them find a job and that sort of thing. So we should be starting that up again in September. But the other, we have a lot of other resources for basically people looking for a job, as well as tutor.com. We have databases called Career Transitions, and one of the better ones out there is called Ferguson's. We have a career center on our database, which basically people can log into and basically take advantage of a lot of the resources on there as well.
Okay, well, thank you, Nancy. Nancy, if I may touch on two new initiatives that caught my attention, particularly. And Mayor, I know you were there when we introduced the Idea Farm.
Yes.
Tell us about the Idea Farm.
Sure.
What's happened to it? I think it was January, February it came on.
We actually launched it in June of last year.
That's what I said, June of last year. Okay, I'm a little late.
Yeah,
okay.
well, that's okay. Time flies when you're having fun, seriously. But no, we launched it in June, and it's part of the Makerspace movement where, the Makerspaces are there to help people learn and explore and create in different ways. So we have lots of components to the Idea Farm. We run sewing classes. We have a 3D printer, so we have 3D printing classes. We are very fortunate in Old Bridge to have some folks who are very talented, and they've loaned their expertise to a lot of the initiatives that we have. And we're always looking for people that do have special skills to come forward and basically help out and, basically give back to the community and help, the community with a lot of the classes that we offer.
Mayor, I know you were there at the ribbon cutting.
Yes.
And that day was, I think, very exciting, very stimulating, just to see the range of things that people are invested in. And the other thing I think Nancy's touching on is the role of volunteers. You're looking for volunteers, and you've always said that volunteers play such an important part in this township. And we see it again, huh?
Yes.
The role of volunteers.
Yeah, well, we do have staff who do teach some of the classes, but we've got a core group of volunteers that, teach things that the staff, like Raspberry Pi classes. A lot of people think that's something to eat, but Raspberry Pi is actually it's like a miniature computer that you can program to do a lot of things. We have one in the library right now.
I'll have to write that down. Okay.
Yeah, Raspberry Pi.
You ever hear that, Mayor?
No, I thought it was a pie.
Yeah,
I never heard of that. Oh, Raspberry Pi.
Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
It's PI, not PI.
PI, okay.
Yes,
PI,
right,
like,
exactly.
okay.
And then Arduino microcontrollers too, which are basically computers in their own right that you can program robots through. And do a lot of things. Create sensors of various kinds.
I think it's fascinating. I think the whole idea is fascinating. One thing that's also fascinating, I think, Nancy, and I see you put out a little blurb on it already, coming up, Ancestry. Have you ever traced your ancestry, Mayor?
My wife is big into that.
Is she really?
She's constantly looking for relatives. And
finding out the family history. Well, what's it going to be like, Nancy? What can people see, and what can they avail themselves of?
Well, Ancestry.com, our version of it is the same as the home version. However, our version, because of licensing agreements that the ProQuest, the producer of the product, has, libraries basically have it only within the building. So you can use Ancestry.com, either it's the Central branch or the Lawrence Harbor branch as well. And there are billions and billions of records in there that include immigration records, transport records on ships, cemetery records. I mean, there's lots and lots of different things on there that, I found the steamships that my family came over on.
This is derived from the Ancestry.com.
Yes, right. They have photographs too, in there, and it's just amazing, to see your great-grandfather's signature on the log, through Ellis Island, and how they were described in the log, and that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool.
And you're going to have something for the public on July 16th.
Yeah, we have a genealogy program that day at 7 o'clock. We have a couple of people coming in to give people a tutorial on how to do genealogical research. And part of it will be Ancestry.com and mentioning that, and how you can use that as well.
Nancy, do we have that on the bulletin board? Do you know, or is that
the marquee? You mean?
On our bulletin board, on the Township bulletin board.
I believe so. We've asked to have it posted, so they're usually pretty good. So it probably is there.
Okay, well that looks definitely like something I'd like to see myself. Secondly, what else is coming up July and August? What can people look forward to?
Oh gosh, we have all kinds of programs.
We have another concert coming up, I know.
We have a concert the second Saturday, I believe it's the 11th of July, with the pop band, the WAG.
Right.
We have a local band coming in on August 8th called Five Factor, an Old Bridge band. And then on August 1st, we have a really, really big concert with the Banjo Rascals.
Banjo Rascals.
That's right. They are a patriotic group, but they also play songs from the American Songbook and country and songs from World War II, and they're really wonderful. And we're doing that actually. We are running the program, but the Cultural Arts Committee is actually sponsoring it. For us. So it should be wonderful on August 1st. And then we're hoping to do a doo-wop program in the fall through the Cultural Arts
Arts summer.
Committee. Yeah, plus all of the other many programs we have. We've got things coming up on, Tai Chi and super salads and superfoods, and all kinds of other classes that you can check our calendar and website for.
Man, this is quite a resource for the township, isn't it?
It's not the library I knew growing up.
No, it certainly isn't. No more Dewey Decimal System, I guess.
Because you had to do a term paper or something
like
that. So that's why it's so important, Gene, that the residents take advantage of this resource here in town that they're paying for. If they look at their tax bill, they'll see they're paying. I think what a value for your dollars.
I think it's a tremendous value.
And to come here and be able to, I mean, if you need help, if your children need help, and only good things could happen in that library.
Yes.
You know, nothing bad could happen.
Tremendous resource.
And they'd be remiss if they didn't take advantage of it. You know,
couldn't agree more. And Nancy, I want to wish you the best of luck in the job.
Yeah, thank you very much. We enjoy serving the community, and you know we want as many people to come in as possible.
Well, when can they come in? And we'll put the hours on the screen. Just hit the hours first, real quickly, will you?
Yeah, no worries. We are open from 10 to 9 Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, 10 to 9.
We're open Saturdays 10 to 5.
10 to 5.
This coming Sunday will be the last Sunday that we're open from 1 to 5. In fact, on July 5th, we're opening at noontime, so it'll be noon to 5. But in the past, we were closed on July and July and August. But this year, we are basically open in July and August, also from 12 to 5 on Sundays. And the noon opening hour will continue after the summer on Sundays.
Okay, well, Nancy, again, I want to thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
We had so much information to cover, and I'm not sure we got it all in.
You did not get it all by a long shot.
You're more than welcome to come back for repeated visits. We'd love to have you again.
I will come.
And folks, one thing I'd like to say before we go, just remind yourself to take a look at this concert series that Nancy sponsors the second Saturday of every month. We've tried to videotape many of them. In addition to you seeing them in person, we run them here on Channel 15. So take advantage of this great resource and all the other resources over at the library. On behalf of Mayor Henry and Nancy Cohen, I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm Gene McLaughlin. Take care, and we'll see you next time.